Hi, hello, I'm Amanda. This is my channel, Gracefully Goofy, and I just got back from the grocery store. So I'm not doing this New Year, New Me thing. Today is New Year's Day, 2026. In the last few months, I've kind of been in this place of revamping my life one day at a time and doing what I can when I can. I'm just working on me. You do you, though, okay? One of the things I did last year is I went on a pilgrimage, and one of the things I ate a lot of while I was over in France and in Italy is steak tartare. So I went and got some grass-fed skirt steak, and I'm going to make some steak tartare here in a little bit. But one of the things I kind of felt called to do, I remember doing it once in microbiology. It was really fun. I want to try and make my own sauerkraut. So from the research I've done on making your own sauerkraut is you cut it into quarters and then you remove the cores and then slice it as thin or as thick as you would like. Before placing it in your bowl, remember you're weighing it. So for my bowl, I'm going to be using my favorite sourdough making bowl. Figured for the fermentation process, might as well use something I love. And then I'm going to cut all this up. I'll show you the process of the massaging and basically bludgeoning your cabbage. Okay, bye. So I've added my cabbage and my salt. So there was 1,065 grams of cabbage. I added 2% of that, which is 21.3 grams. And I began to massage it a little bit. Also, if your hands get tired, you can use a rolling pin and just kind of mash it down. You're gonna wanna do this for 3 to 5 minutes or 2 to 5 minutes. Either way, you kind of want it to release liquid. That's the point. And once it does that, you can add it to a jar. I'm gonna use a 1/2-gallon jar. It's also kind of a nice way to get out frustrations without being violent. I mean, what's peace to us might be violent to the cabbage, but it's not sentient, so there's that. So I have my rolling pin. I'm just going to start making some space so that I can get the rest of this cabbage in there. I'm hoping it all fits. If not, I do have another jar. Let me set that to the side. It's kind of a strange, just playing with cabbage, basically. Playing with cabbage and waiting to see what happens, basically. There's gonna be little pieces of cabbage all over my counter, but I'll clean up once I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna use my hand tool. So the goal is to shove everything down below the water line. So I'm gonna work on that. I'll get back to you real soon. So I have my plastic wrap in there and I'm gonna try and put this lid in there to kind of help weigh it down to keep it on top of the cabbage and I'm going to put a lid on this. I'm going to keep it loose, as I mentioned, and I will check on it and burp it tomorrow. Also, please remember to date your ferments. So, sauerkraut, 1/1/26. Smiley face. Okay, bye. So I realize that it's a little difficult to have like me in frame and also what I'm doing with my setup. I will work on that. It's a process, right? This is my first video and there's a lot of moving parts. You just watched me make sauerkraut. It's there, ready to ferment. Right now I'm chopping some gherkins. They have another name, I forget what they're called, but I'm just kind of loosely chopping them. Let's see. I have this little dish. I'm gonna put it in. Do I measure anything? Not when it comes to this stuff. No, I do not. So I'm gonna do a splash of Worcestershire sauce. If I mispronounced it, oh well. Just about a tablespoonish of Dijon mustard. I need to chop some capers, but pretty. So I personally like my little pieces probably about the size of a pea. And if you're weirded out by eating raw meat, I'm sorry, but it's something that I personally like. So when I do the egg part, I like to kind of push this down a little bit, just so it makes a perfect little dent for the egg yolk. Am I a Michelin star chef? Absolutely not. I'm just some weirdo in her kitchen. Maybe not a weirdo. I guess we're all a little weird in our own way, but I digress. I make a little dent. Ta-da! So this is my dinner. I have my raw cheese with black truffles, my olives, some other raw cheese, I don't know what kind it is, my steak tartare with plenty of pickles and capers, and my egg yolk. And I'll probably grab a piece of my bread. Anywho, thanks for having dinner with me. See you later, bye. I want to say thank you for joining me today on my adventure to make sauerkraut, my debut video on YouTube, and for also making dinner with me. I know that it's not entirely what most people eat, and that's okay. I just appreciate your presence and your support, and I will get better at this. It's just a process of learning and accepting that I will be bad at something before I can ever be good at it, right? This is noisy and a learning experience. So I appreciate the time you've spent with me, and as I progress and get into more shenanigans, whether that is learning a new hobby, attempting to cook more at home and make time for things that matter to me, I just appreciate you being here. So thanks again. I hope you have a fantastic new year, and God bless you all.